Well, good morning, folks. This is Granny at Granny and Grumpy's Homestead. And this morning I wanted to report a little bit on our Comfrey salve, what has been going on. We've made two since we made the one that was in Florida. We've made a second one here at home. Well, let's put it this way. My husband has an engineer mind. And because of the engineer mind, he's always trying to make the wheel better. And so he was thinking through the whole Comfrey salve issue, and he said, I think we can do something to make it better. So I want to try it. So he tried it. We made 7 jars of it, and ended up that out of the 7 jars, 3 of them were used by different people. Well, let me show you what we're doing now. We are actually making we took some of those salves that we had made and we dumped it back in the pot to cook it, because what it was Bob thought that if we made it and just dehydrated the leaves and then you have to keep stirring it through about 4 to 6 hours. But he thought that if we would move all this back again. He thought that if we just use the Comfrey, like more in a state of rawness, that because when you eat raw gives you more vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and enzymes. With this stuff, it's not the same, because what you're doing is you're steeping a product, and when you steep tea, it makes the tea more potent. If you just stuck the tea leaves in there and then drank it instantly and didn't let it steep, then it would do what it was designed to do, what God had designed for it to do. So we have emptied the other 4 jars into the pot here, and it should be another 2 hours. By 2 o'clock it should be finished, and I can take it and pour it back into the 4 jars, and then we'll try it then again and see how it works on us. But it didn't do anything. We tried it. We had one other person trying it. It didn't help them any. They didn't even feel the first thing, and then I used it. Didn't do a thing for mine. Bob used it on his plantar fasciitis. It did nothing. Everything stopped when he started using it like that. But when we went back to that we had cooked in Florida, it was working. You know now that you do have to steep it for 4 to 6 hours. And so I just wanted to let you know that with my own experience with using it, when I put it on my shoulder at night, because I tend to want to sleep on my left shoulder a lot, and it causes it to hurt because of the rheumatoid arthritis. It makes it feel so much better during the night. And I don't wake up with it just, I'm in screaming mode until I can get my moringa and my turmeric, working. And it's helping me a lot. It helps me here in this joint. I can bend this readily. It helps me with my thumb joint here. And Bob, now that he's been able to use the right kind again, it's helping his foot again. And so we wanted to tell you about another experience. I don't think we told you about this, because I don't think it had happened at the time that we made the other in Florida. We had taken all 4 of our dogs with us, and as you know, we have all long-haired Chihuahuas. Well, Ruthie, she's the next to the youngest of our dogs. We had them outside in a pen, in like a fenced-in area, and so she was jumping up and down. Every time she'd see us, she'd start jumping up and down near the fence. And apparently, one of the times when she jumped off, she caught her left, it was her left dew claw. She caught it on the fence, and it pulled it off. Well, when we went outside to pick her up the next time, we didn't know what had happened. We noticed that her paw was bleeding. And so I grabbed hold of her and started looking at her real good and talked to Bob about it. I said, I think what's happened here, and I looked even more at it, and tried to clear the blood away as much as I could. And I said, I think what's happened here is she has ripped her dew claw out. And so I said, you know what? I said, they have tried this salve, this Comfrey salve, on everything under the sun with humans. So I just wonder, would it work on Ruthie's injury? And how long, if it did work, how long would it take till it sealed it up and she was fine? Well, I'm happy to tell you what happened. I'm really excited about it. She actually, that day, after I cleaned the wound up, I applied a thick coat on the air, just a small area, because it was about this big around. It wasn't, massive. And I put the Comfrey salve on it, real thick. Then I wrapped gauze pads around it, the kind that don't attach to your skin. And then I put waterproof tape around that and left it on her for one solid day. When I pulled it off the next day, you would not hardly have known that there had ever been a dew claw or any blood or anything there. There was no, it wasn't swollen, nothing. And every day I look at it, and it looks like the dew claw is actually growing back, which I know potentially they can, but it takes a while. But it's actually looks like it's growing back pretty quick. Now, I have not put any more salve on her because you are not supposed to ingest Comfrey, and it can harm the intestinal tract really bad. So I would never let her lick that. That's why I had covered it so much. But I also don't want to keep it covered on a 24-hour basis every day, because that's just overkill and it's not really healthy for her. And so probably what I'm going to do now that it's completely healed, you can't even tell that it was ever ripped out. I'm going to actually put some more on it to see how long it'll actually take that dew claw to grow back and the nail to grow back. That would be an interesting factor to know. Just wanted to let you know that the Comfrey salve for us has done a great job. It's working, and we're anxious to see what it will do for others. We've given some to some of our church members that have different problems, and we're anxious to see how it turns out. So these next four that in a little while at 2 o'clock I can take out and re-pour. We'll actually be able to give to some more church members to find out how it affects them and what they're using it for. I just wanted to give you an update on that and let you know how it's going, and that Comfrey salve has a lot of uses, and God gave us a wonderful plant in the Comfrey. And so you have a blessed day. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me, and I love you. And remember, Jesus loves you with an everlasting love. He cares very, very deeply about every facet of your life. Have a blessed day. See you again shortly. Bye.